So about your question, you look in and you kind of sort around through the sarcophagus. You have to maybe like a little hop up a little bit to look in, and you scruffle around, and you're not seeing any like gold or jewelry, but the the head of the hand axe is remarkably rather rust free. And once you're looking at it closer, it looks like it's got uh, nice engravings carved into the side and swirling patterns engraved onto the edge of this hand axe, or the head of the hand axe. The handle is gone, but you have the head of the hand axe.
Do I recognize it as anything? Like,
Let me check. With your skill set, no. You'd need, if you had like an appraisal skill, you could certainly evaluate it. Other than that, you just see a hand axe with decorations on the side.
Well, what about an arcane lore?
yeah, Whirlin, come take a look at this.
An
Okay.
arcane lore or an appraisal arms and armory would be uh, applicable here.
What about religious lore?
Hey, I did pretty good.
So looking at it, remember you can't detect if it's magic just by doing an arcane lore check, but looking at it with an arcane lore check, you could like see if the writing was magical. And to you, it does not look like the engravings on the side of this hand axe are magical.
Well, it's not special, but maybe it's made out of steel or something.
It doesn't seem to be rusted at all. Like,
Again, maybe it's made out of steel or something.
I don't know how steel works.
I don't either, but
Yeah, as you're
Maybe it's a
handling
trap.
it's still sharp.
Maybe it's a trap, you say?
That's
Eric?
it.
it's
I see that.
cursed. It'll come
I say
alive
that
at
out loud.
night.
You know,
Yeah.
the video that just got released today was literally about the breaking of thumbs, so
That's the most effective torture.
I reach in. Karamikos reaches in.
And
Takes it.
you have the head of a hand axe.
I'm just gonna look
Cool.
at Whirlin and say, and he talked to me about grave robbing.
Yes, I did. Do you have a problem with it? I can hear you, you know, even if you're not facing my direction.
I'm well aware you can hear me.
Right.
I'm not the one that took it. Just saying.
Yes, I took it. I've grave robbed. But is that a problem?
No, as long as no one else knows, it's. I'm sure there's going to be something more valuable than just broken tools.
This is not the most offensive thing I've even done today.
No, just don't throw accusations that I'm gonna be the one to grave rob when you chose to do it first. Just saying.
You seem to think that I care. I've saved your life. What are you doing?
Just observing.
All you
Then
do is
perhaps you
insult
could
me.
observe over here with this door here. Maybe there's more spikes that come out of it.
Your cheese tastes bad.
Don't talk about my cheese.
It's rotten. It's stale.
Draw on the line right there, buddy.
It's like brie that somebody has pissed on.
If you're going to harass her anymore, I'm going to suggest you open the door instead, Karamikos.
You can suggest all you want. You're not my dad, and you know what happens if you want to say otherwise.
We'll have a good time? I don't know.
We'll go
well,
fishing at the bottom of the lake with stones tied to our legs.
Eric, did you want to try to open the other sarcophagus, see if there is anything in there?
So I'm tired and frustrated and hurt. And I'm going to say, why don't you open the door?
Oh, I meant the sarcophagus because I tried that already. Maybe you could talk to your brother about being a little more helpful.
Yeah. Well, let's check out this other door, and then we'll see if we need that sarcophagus lid for anything.
Did I check the door for traps in my search around?
You had, and you didn't find anything. Looking at this door, it looks like another flat stone with a bronze pull ring in the form of a winged serpent.
All right.
That's pretty.
Can So we check the other sarcophagus for any kind of traps.
Everything's been checked for traps as far as I know. I
Okay.
don't know how good I did because spike trap, but fingers
So
crossed.
okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to open the door, or do you want to? Is it a stone? So it's a stone door. So does that mean I'm the only one that can open it?
Most likely.
Oh, Eric, take this. This seems like your thing.
Bobo, stop attacking me.
What
The cat
What
is
did you do?
vicious.
Did you give me?
The axe
What
head.
did you give me?
The axe head.
Okay.
The unrusted, decorated axe head.
Okay.
I mean, you use axes like almost exclusively, so.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Thank you, brother. So I guess he buttered me up. I'll open the door.
All right, I'm not going to have you roll for anything. You since you have enough time and you're strong
Can
as
I
all
step
hell.
back?
Yeah, you open it up, and it looks like it reveals another tunnel similar to the first one. 2 feet high, 4 feet off the ground.
All right,
I think
halfling, do
Whirlin
your
has the
thing.
torch, so.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess I'll like stand like here just so it goes down any hallways.
Yep, and if you see, I've illuminated it. I've given you enough view so that you can see that it looks like, just like in the first door, the other one will open out.
All right, another crawling tunnel. Well, I'll go ahead and hop in.
I'll follow
All
behind
right.
Let's
All right.
see
So
what I see.
Whirlin, you're going first. All
Yep,
right.
that seems to be the case.
You push open this door, and the first thing you notice is this one also opens rather easily, but as you go to push it open, instead of the door swinging open, you notice that the door just completely just it pushes straight out, and you notice the slab falls out and down, and as it does, you hear a a a grumble above you, and the stone of the small tunnel you're in falls on you.
Okay.
And
By the
Speed of
way,
agility?
since you're just laying in this tunnel, it just falls on you, and there's no feat of agility to escape this one.
Dead. Instant death.
by the way, did you remove vision from my own token?
No.
The room that I'm
You
standing
may
in.
just not have had it.
Then the room that I'm standing in is like mostly dark now that Whirlin has moved into the tunnel.
Oh, I think I've this is when I still use the regular dynamic lighting instead of the advanced dynamic lighting.
I mean, I have a torch too. I could.
Well, the thing is that I shouldn't be based on the torches, is my.
Mhm.
But
Right.
again, I don't. I see like there we go. I had like a cone view of the room.
Yeah, I forgot that I can also give you vision where there's no dim light and other people can't see your light. So that should be good. Eric, I believe you're still in somewhat weird lighting, like it's still kind of
Yeah.
dark in the room
Yeah.
you're in. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that works perfectly. Um,
So
so Werlin, you
sorry.
take 5 points of damage as this rock falls on top of you, and Finn, you take 11.
Bye.
Yikes.
Is there anything you'd like to do about it?
First of all, question is reduction by armor, right?
You do have damage reduction from your armor if you have padded armor.
Uh, it is leather. I assume there's some padding to it, but
Yeah, so if you don't have padded armor, you just get half damage reduction from it.
okay. So
So I believe,
4. That is enough for threshold of pain, then.
and Finn, so you get 1 damage reduction from your leather armor, which takes it down to 10 damage, and then it
Wait,
looks like you only have 5 hit points.
How much?
Gee.
Were you at full hit points before, Whirlin?
No, I was still injured by a few hit points.
Right.
But 4 points is my threshold of pain.
No, I was wondering how much damage you actually took.
Yeah.
No, how much damage did you actually take?
Yeah, just 4.
You just took 4, so you reduced 11 down to 4? How much? What
No.
armor are you wearing?
I took 5.
Whirlin took 5, and then Flynn.
Oh, it was the
I rolled
reverse
11
order.
damage
Oh, I
against
thought
Flynn.
Flynn took 5 and Merlin took 11.
Alright. So, threshold of pain, I'm just rolling d20, right?
Yes.
You look concerned, Flynn.
I have 13,
Finn.
and my threshold of pain is 2.
So, Whirlin, rubble collapses on you, and you are crying out in pain. Finn, let's deal with what happened with you. The dice went crazy and did 11 points of damage to you. You take 10 of it because you have leather armor, and it's only half as effective against this sort of attack, and so you take 10 points of damage. You're very low hit points. You have 5 hit points at the moment. So
Does threshold
there's
of pain come into play for me or no? I don't.
well, I believe the first concern is death, right? Because you've got 5 hit points,
Right. I
and if
don't
you
know
take
what. Yeah, I don't know what order
yeah,
this is in.
yeah, let's first worry about if you're alive, and then threshold of pain can come in. Threshold of pain doesn't necessarily matter unless we're in combat or if there's something very time sensitive. So really the only thing Whirlin was checking to see is if he rolled a natural 20 and accidentally fell unconscious, or even into a coma from a bad blow to the head. So first, you die at -5 hit points. So if you take all 10 of this, you're dead. You have
Cool.
luck,
I
and
do have
luck can be used to reduce the damage here.
I've got to figure
So
out how though.
yes, so the ceiling starts to collapse on you, and apparently it collapsed more in the center of this tunnel than at the very edge where Whirlin was. What happened? Like, what was lucky about, if do you have a backpack on? Was
My
the blow
backpack.
absorbed? Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I have my backpack on and it has a good amount of stuff in it, and so I would think that absorbed some of the impact.
Cheese-based padding, it's genius.
Indeed.
How much?
And I mean, I'm roly-poly, and so I got a little more cushion as it is.
All right. So how much would you like to spend? If you take over 5 points of damage, you're going to start bleeding out, and then you're still going to have to make death saving throws, and you could potentially like bleed to death. So if
So
you want to play it this, if
I
you
have
want to play,
right
yeah,
now 6 luck points, and so I would think the best thing to do is to use all 6 of those.
yeah, sure. If you use all of them, then you're still at 1 hit point, and you're able to still move around and operate at 1 hit point.
Right. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
All right. So your cheese, the enormous amount of cheese. So unfortunately, all your cheese gets ruined and covered in rock rubble, and you're squished underneath this rubble. But you are at 1 hit point as you take a 4-point wound,
I
So,
like that we
and
just
that'll
assume
burn
I
your
always
luck.
have cheese on me at all times.
well, you brought her up first.
Oh no,
And
I'm
so
fine with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have cheese in your veins, is what you brought up, so you're just a cheeseling. You're a
I love
cheese
with
halfling.
the cheese.
a halfling from Wisconsin.
But no, when you take damage and you use luck points to reduce it, that reduces the total amount of damage. So mechanically, you didn't take 11, you took. Right. Okay. I just wanted to know for like purposes of like threshold of pain and whatnot.
Yeah, it mechanically it almost counts like you have extra DR.
So you took how much damage total? 4?
So are you talking to me or to
Yeah.
Warren?
Yeah. No, you took 4 at the end
So
of the
there
day,
was
right?
11, and then it was reduced to 10 because of my armor, and then reduced it by another 6, so 4.
Right. And what's your threshold of pain?
6.
Okay, so we're good. I'm just wondering because
Yeah, so
Werlin passed out in
yeah,
front of you, right?
I don't think that.
Werlin didn't pass out, but he is crying in pain. And so the two of you are standing in this old room, and you hear the crumble of rock, and it sounds like that mining incident. And you look in, and maybe there's even like a poof of dust coming out of this hallway or this little tunnel, and you see Finn and Werlin are both half buried in rubble.
Do I put that real quick? Do I put that as a wound, as like a 4-point wound? Is that? Yeah,
Yes.
cool.
Can we dig him out?
There's just a steady stream of explicatives coming from Merlin in languages none of you understand.
Well, that's alright. I don't know what an explicative is either. I know what an expletive is.
It's explicitly an expletive.
Exactly.
This is where Karimikos and Eric differ. My first thought was, we could close the door and nobody would ever know. And Eric's first thought was, can we dig them out?
What would you two like to do? You're in the position where their lives are in your hands.
Okay, so first, as they crawl into the tunnel, I want to like whisper to Karamikos, "Do you want to open the other sarcophagus?"
Sure. Who knows what could be inside?
Question for Werlin and Finn. Were you crawling head first or feet first? I assume head first.
Yeah.
Head first, yeah.
So you are buried in rubble, so there's just a slight time concern, but...
Right, but this
Right.
was... I assume the conversation with me and Eric is happening while they're climbing, not while the collapse has happened.
Yes.
Right. So once we hear that, then
We'll speed up opening the sarcophagus a little bit.
we don't even have to get to it. We can.
No, but we could. I mean, we've set our mind to a thing, right? Might as well at least do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a feat of strength.
It's not like it's any skin off of your teeth.
That's a 7. I assume you're going to roll higher. And where do you want to
Yeah.
put the sarcophagus lid?
Can we just put it, lean it up against the wall?
Sure. Leaning up against the wall.
And that's the one with the lich inside. Well, we're gonna have to run away. You guys have fun.
I can't.
So, you peer inside of it, and it looks like there's just another skeleton laying there in repose. His armor and his equipment, you peer through it, and it looks like none of it survived the time.
So there's not a handle for the axe.
There does not look like there's a handle for the axe in this one.
I mean, you could just take the axe head off of one of your axes and then bash it in. You know, bash the axe head into the...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. Okay. So do we hear everything now, or how do you?
Yeah, you're looking into it and you hear and Eric, for you, everything goes dark as Werlin's torch is buried.
Still
Is it
put
possible
Eric.
to start trying to wiggle backwards?
Well, I was just gonna grab you by the feet.
What happened?
Still put Eric.
Everything went dark because Werlin's torch was extinguished.
Right, no,
By
I'm
the rock
saying
falling.
I'm saying to Karamikos, what happened?
You heard the rocks. I grab Finn by her feet and pull her back.
All right, so you're just gonna pull her out. So yeah, you grab her little feet and start pulling her out of this rubble, and you have her out. She's rather hurt.
Oh, okay. Werlin opened the door, and then the tunnel gave it in, and he's still in there.
Yes, I can hear him. He is quite loud.
You can hear muffled expletives.
No, I can hear muffled explicatives.
I mean, that's what. Yeah, that's true. That is what he said, right? What would you like to do now? There's still rubble half filling the corridor.
But get your token out of the hallway, Finn.
Here, since it's absolute darkness, you
You
probably
told
couldn't see.
me that. I wasn't sure where I was. Yeah, it's totally dark for me.
Moron, can you hear me?
The question: what's my current status, Eli? Can I actually do
You are
actions?
currently
Am I really aware? Am I just like in terrifying pain for an hour? What's going on? We didn't like do a time roll or anything.
your threshold of pain was a 13, and your
Mhm.
threshold of pain is a 2, so you failed by 11. So you're going to be out for over a minute of time, just like in just enormous pain as you. I mean, you're mostly buried in rubble, and so you're starting to suffocate at the same time.
Mhm.
So you're probably not able to do much yourself.
Okay, so just go ahead and tell me when I like can start doing things again, I guess, or before I die.
Yeah.
A more enterprising person right now would then ask, "What's in your pockets?" But I mean, how heavy is the stone he's trapped under?
Yeah, so it just takes essentially it'll take a little bit of time, and eventually you can get to Whirlin, and you can shuffle out all the stone, and he's laying there. You see, he's got several wounds from where the rocks have bludgeoned him. What would and you can recover him safe and sound.
Yeah, I'll drag him back.
Yeah.
Oop, there we go.
And you can relight your torch if you'd like.
Thank you,
Yep.
Karamikos. I'm sorry I got snippy with you earlier.
This is always the way between us. It's dolphin, dolphin, dolphin. I'm sorry, Karamikos. I know what it's like to be blind. Snip, snip, snip. I'm sorry, Karamikos. Thank you for saving me again.
It's what we do. Get used to it.
I imagine as like Whirlin is like rousing back to like full awareness, he's probably going to keep up the string of curses in Elvish, mostly towards humans.
Of which the party is
Blissfully unaware.
Don't want to say 25%.
Less.
Well, no. I mean, there's four. Well, I mean, the current party of
Oh,
the
yeah,
four of
if you're
us,
counting you
25% of
two as-
us.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're
You
half.
count you
Yeah,
two as
he
each
shares that
half
of
a
8.
human. Yeah.
So it looks like we can't get that way through.
Well, you can just push the rocks out of the way. The trap's sprung. I
Alright.
hate humans
Alright.
right now.
Moron, why don't you head back in again?
No, I think it's your turn.
I don't think so.
I don't know how I'm gonna get through here, guys.
I think you should wait here or outside. I do not think you should head back in.
I agree. I think that I'm just gonna curl up in the corner.
So we checked the whole
Still
room.
inside this room, or would you like to leave the entire area?
I do not think you should leave the area. There
I
could be things
really-
outside.
Yeah, I can't really see. I'm assuming we've been in here, and I'm assuming that it's just safe in here, and so I'm just gonna curl up, kind of near the door that they're going through, because I know it's about to be pitch black in here.
Maybe there's like a secret path like through one of these crypts. Because like we checked everywhere else, but we didn't actually check where the skeletons are. You know what I mean?
That's true. You
My
didn't look
my
inside this
problem
first
is
room for any secret doors.
my problem, as much as I
Yeah.
want to laugh about you like crawling through where the bodies are to try and find hidden doors, I already know that that's probably the case because of Eli.
What about me?
That we could spend 3 hours on a, trapped hallway only for the solution to be somewhere right behind us or next to us. And you'll let
Right,
us.
but in this case, the trap
And who
is
found
already
it?
triggered.
And who found it?
No
I
one's like
literally
pushed the
don't
rocks
remember.
back up or anything. So
No,
Yeah,
I
they
this
might
is
have
someone to
cleared a
push it
little
out
bit
of
of
the
the
way.
rocks.
I cleared enough
Yeah,
out
but
of the
they-
way for me to drag you out.
Yeah, and when you were clearing the rocks to drag them out, the ceiling didn't continue to collapse. It looked like a very controlled collapse that fell on you.
Right.
My
Why don't-
problem here is that I am not incentivized to risk my life on whatever we are doing here. So you can say all you want that it's your turn, Karibakos. It's you go first. No, I do not want this. This is not for me.
Okay, so how about we have Finn check these individual sarcophagi?
I might live forever and far longer than you, but I don't even have that sort of patience. If all of you are too much of cowards, I'll go. Can't trust anyone except an elf.
It truly was Imbalon.
And I'll go back, I'll crawl in, I'll push the rocks out of the way, and I already know the pressure plate's there and it's already active. So
Yeah,
that
you
spot in
push off
particular
all
is
the rocks.
perfectly fine.
Yeah, you push off all the rocks. That door that's there is now like laying on the ground on the other side. And let me open that. If you would you like to move down that corridor and let me reveal this next room.
Ooh.
So this second burial chamber is richly decorated with all sorts of booty, weapons and armor, as well as treasures and jewelry from what look like looted fallen empires are arranged all along the wall. Two bronze braziers stand alongside the wall. That's what these two objects are here. Uh, and are still filled with coals. A stone sarcophagus stands at the back wall of the chamber. This room is almost identical in dimensions, and along all the walls, all three of the walls, so this wall, and this wall, so all three of the walls except for the one you entered, also have those similar stone doors in the walls, except each without handles.
Okay. And I guess like from this distance, nothing seems to be like mystically related necessarily, right?
Yep, none of it necessarily looks mystically related, but roll as you enter this chamber, you feel a presence, like weighing down on you. It roll an arcane lore check.
Okay. 47 to 48.
It
Yeah, I did it.
awesome. That was a difficult check. It feels very similar to the feeling that you felt in that other chamber. However, here it feels like while before it felt raw and untempered, and uh, it this one here feels like it's shielded from you, like there's some distance or something is preventing it from like just unleashing whatever feelings you had before upon you.
All
It
right.
feels
Well,
like
that
a
seems to be holding
veiled
up.
presence.
Yeah. And I'll say, I'll go ahead and call back and say, well, the room seems safe, but if you remember what that thing was last time, I think there's another one entombed here. It doesn't seem as if anything is broken, but if you want to come here, I'll feel a little bit safer getting closer and making sure.
Are the symbols something, or is that... Sorry.
Though those are the coal thingies.
The coal thingies?
Those are braziers filled with old coal.
Are they
Two
braziers
bronze
or are they
braziers.
braziers?
I was going to ask about
Braziers.
that. So there's a
Braziers.
couple
Braziers.
I know,
Braziers.
we got the
large-
idea to do it
Braziers.
again.
Couple of large
Braziers.
bras
Braziers.
hanging from the walls.
That's what I just pictured, bras with coals in them. So
Look, they were very kinky back then.
this is a weird
Braziers.
town. They got
I
they
guess
got
I'll do a look for traps sort of thing here, because I can do that too. I'm just really bad at it.
Like I said, I'm one of the worst people at pronunciation, and that one's always tricked me up.
Okay.
Where
Wow.
so you're searching around this chamber, and you're looking around. You're looking around walls. You're looking around the sarcophagus, and none of them appear to be trapped.
Okay.
You are noticing that there is writing on this large sarcophagus here and on the walls, but you are unable to read it.
Does it also look like Dwarvish script?
Does not look Dwarvish.
Okay, and I have no idea what it could be.
It looks like it might be Dej, but an old
Oh.
Dej. It looks different than a lot of the common writing that you see around the kingdom.
Okay, well, yeah, I can't necessarily read Dej, but I mean, I'm an elf, so I can maybe like remember this later or write it down or something. I guess, do the braziers seem to have any significance, or are they just like holding coals and can light the area? I'm just like trying to not like spring a trap thing here, you know? Of course.
They look like they are just filled with coal, and so that you could light them and
Yeah.
fill the room.
I'll go ahead and light one of them right now, just so that we don't have to always rely on the torch.
Moron, maybe do not do this thing.
Why not?
Perhaps lighting torches is trap. Perhaps lighting braziers. What braziers? It's trap.
I don't think it is.
Why would they leave coal, perfectly good coal, in these old receptacles if not to be lit?
Perhaps they intended to return at some time, and
They-
perhaps they're humans who need light because they are a poor, inferior creature.
They filled the tunnels with traps, multiple traps of every type. Why would they not then trap this room further as well?
Well,
Yeah.
you
Normally they
hold the
trap
torch
everything
then for a
else.
second. I'm going to go ahead and take out my spare bits of paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and rub out some reliefs here. I'll go
Well,
ahead and just like take a coal.
I do not know you that well. Please do not
yeah.
rub out any reliefs around me.
Yeah. So I'll
First,
go ahead
there's
and like take.
braziers in this room, and now you're rubbing something out. It's
Yeah, I'll
don't
just take
start
like
any
some
weird
spare
dungeon.
paper I have. I'll take a coal. I'll put it on like the sarcophagus, and I'll just like make a quick engraving of
My
it.
humor still in the 3rd grade.
And there's no traps around the sarcophagus. Maybe I'll just try to open it.
Go for it.
So,
Right.
so I'm taking the markings with me.
all
And
right.
there's
So, you're gonna open up the sarcophagus.
as long as it's been checked for traps.
The place seems safe.
All right.
All right. So you're going over to open the sarcophagus, and can I get a feat of strength check? This one almost seems easier to open for some
Oh,
reason than
shit.
the other two sarcophagus.
I step back.
However, as you open it, you hear a very large screeching, almost as if a scraping of stone, and it allows you enough time to look up, and you see a stone block falling down to land on you. I need you to roll a dodge save.
What about Whirlin? Whirlin's right there too.
Damn it. Goodbye. And that's it. I'm done.
How's it going in there, guys?
I'm done.
You're about to hear like another crash in a second.
So you hear a loud screeching, and then the block falls and hits Eric.
There's no way that I
with
can
a
use.
stone.
There's no way that I can use the block that I just pulled off to block.
How many luck points do you have,
That's what the
Dennis?
dodge save is for.
I don't have any luck points. So
Well,
just,
looks like you're fucked then.
shut up.
It looks like you might have gotten a little unlucky here with the
Look.
rolls. Maybe you'll get lucky with
His
the
roll
damage.
to hit you was 19. It wasn't 19 damage.
Wasn't 19 damage. That was my roll. That was against your dodge.
The damage is
but
going to be
here's the damage.
287.
He can't possibly pull out a 16 again.
10 points of
That's what
damage.
she
Just 10 points of damage. As this block of stone, boom, hits you on the shoulders. You try to, instead of trying to dodge out of the way, you kind of like threw up your hands and tried to shield your head, and it landed into your shoulder.
Okay. Ouch. Am I able to push it
However,
off me? Oh, go ahead.
you are able to shoulder it off you. It kind of broke as it landed on your shoulder, and you look into the grave, and inside, let me move this aside.
It's nothing. You did it all for nothing.
You shoulder it aside, or you push it up, and inside you see a richly clad, or at least it looks like it was at one point, richly clad skeleton. But here and there you see what remains of his finery, but now it looks like it's all rusted away into trash. You can see where they had a richly decorated sword and a nice helm, but everything has rusted away. The only things that might be of value is you see there's the hilts of the blades still have small jet and ivory on them. It looks like there was inset gems built into the hilt of his sword, and that might be of value.
I can hear that glittering from here. What kind of sword
I
was it, by
thought
the
the
way?
demon would be in here.
Orlin, why don't you jump in there and check for secret doors?
I'll decline.
I just had a block fall on me. Come on.
Well, again, Karamikos doesn't seem to much care about that.
How dare you?
But there doesn't seem to... What's this strange feeling here? Where is it? You said it was also surrounded by, more of the, pull-out tomes, right?
Yeah, you see in each one of the there looks like there's 5 on the top. It looks like there are 6 set behind this wall, and there looks like there's 5 more on the lower half of the room.
The damn thing could be any one of these.
What are you looking for?
The demon. There's one of those
Yeah,
things here again.
You all feel that same sort of, it's very distant, but you feel like it's almost like it's shielded or hidden, or
You said pull out what now?
a great distance away, but you feel some sort of presence almost pushing on your heart, on your emotions. Similar to how these doors had these large stone slabs with a ring middle to pull out, you see that there's several more of those stone slabs fitted into the walls,
Were
except
those in
none
the
of
other
them
room too?
have the pull rings. Yes, it was also in the other room as well.
Oh, okay. So it was like every other direction to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
we don't know if there's necessarily more
Oh yeah, no. Just assume
tunnels. My
they're all
assumption is that there are
traps.
just bodies here, and one of those must be the body. But there's a
Man,
good
if
number of
only
them.
we had rope.
Here, I've put a bunch of red lines where every single one of these
See,
these stone doors with no handles are.
if I was an enterprising adventurer, what I would do is I would nail a piton to the middle floor with a little loop in it, and I would tie. I'm pointing at my screen for some reason because I'm a fucking idiot. I would tie a rope to every one of those, right? And I would just pull the rope all the way through the middle of that little tunnel, and we'd pull them all at once.
So the thing is, none of those other doors have any of those rings on them. Like, none of them look like
we would
they.
nail pitons into them. And then,
Oh, you nail pitons. Yep.
So we don't have access to the skeletons of all the tombs.
well,
If there are skeletons behind these walls, then
Yeah.
no, it doesn't look like you have access to them.
so can you describe that sword for me one more time?
There's just
Yeah,
hope.
it's it looks like a richly decorated sword, while the blade and what looks like the hilt, the sheath has all rotted and rusted away. The hilts themselves, so that the blades and the sheaths have rusted and rotted away, but the hilts remain, and you see bronze, jet, and ivory inset into
Well,
the
I
hilts themselves are
don't.
made of bronze, and then there's jet and ivory inset into the hilt.
I mean, I don't, but
We're not hearing any sound from you, Theta.
sure you are. That's all I do is sound. I mean, I was saying I don't see any of that.
That's correct. You see none of that.
Eric, does anything look valuable?
Sure.
Take it.
All right.
It's
I take it.
yours.
All right, so you have a bronze hilt.
God, it.
Bronze hilt.
Imagine if we had brought a thief with us. It would be crazy.
Can we could I scrutinize the room a little bit better? Just looking for any kind of um opening passage.
Yeah, or I guess like signs of like where this thing could be buried if it's in
Right.
one of these cubbies.
Yeah, so roll a scrutiny check as you're looking around for any secret doors or secret passageways around.
Yeah, no one got hurt. Sure.
Oh, okay. Hold myself a 2.
So, Werlin, as you're standing next to this sarcophagus, as Eric lifts up this, he pulls out the hilt and he takes it away, and he starts kind of looking around. And as he does, he kind of shifts the skeleton, and it kind of like he picks up the hilt, and the skeleton's holding on to it, and so it kind of lifts up the skeleton, and it falls back to the ground. And you hear a hollow sound below the sarcophagus, and you go over and you start investigating it, and you believe that there might be a false bottom on this sarcophagus.
Interesting. Eric, see if you can lift the bottom of this somehow. Find some sort of catch.
Okay. Can I lift it?
Yeah, so with your scrutiny check, you kind of you look around, and Eric gets in there, and you do see kind of hidden along the edge, there's a spot where you could in fact lift up the bottom of this sarcophagus.
Okay. Is there any way for me to put Warlin in front of me when I lift up the sarcophagus? The false bottom?
uh
Like, can I do it
there
from like
really
behind
wouldn't be
him?
a way.
Okay.
There
Yeah, I'll
really
make it
wouldn't be a way.
easier for
There's
you.
really
I'm
only
leaning
one.
over curiously, watching and waiting because I know what's underneath. There
Yeah,
you go.
you have to pick it up from this top side.
Okay.
That's where the holds are, and then you'd lift it up towards the
Well,
bottom.
let's do it. I got like 8 hit points left, so. All right. I'll
Hey,
lift it.
more than me.
All right, so you heft up. Give me a feat of strength. This one seems just as heavy as the first sarcophagus is, but you're strong. You're strong. You know how to do this, and so you heave it up and lift it up, and you see lying below is another skeleton. This one too looks like at one point it was richly clad with armor. This one looks like it's has a little different sort of armor, while the other had a more like Nordic helm with a nose plate. This one has what looks like old cheek plates that have started to all rust away, and you're kind of looking at it, and well, this one doesn't have a sword. It looks like at one point he had a shield, and the shield itself has mostly rotted, but you see around the edge where it would have the usually the iron reinforcing, it looks like it was made of bronze, and it too was decorated with uh, looks like similarly with jet and ivory uh, in some sort of almost geometric pattern.
All right. Can we lift that out?
Yeah, you can pull it out, and it's not valuable as a shield because most of the shield has completely rotted away. But this shield reinforcement shield, the rim, I don't know what you'd
That's fine.
yeah what the best way to call it is, but
Yeah,
uh,
reinforcement.
Yep.
yeah,
Edge.
yeah, whatever allows you to remember it the best is what I would go with.
And you said it's jade and what?
jade and ivory. Or not jade, a jet. Jet and ivory.
JET?
JET.
I'm not familiar with that. Okay.
It's
Say
just like a black stone.
Blackstone.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just like a pure black stone.
All right.
Okay.
Can we search for a false bottom on this? Does this
A
feel
false bottom, and the false bottom is exactly what I would expect at this point.
right?
Sure, roll a scrutiny check.
Because I'm thinking this has got to be the maybe one of it's the second leader or something. My damn form, come on. Nope.
All right, so you're looking around, and it looks like, you know, if there is a false bottom on this one, it looks like it's harder, it's more disguised than the previous one.
I do appreciate that all my... No, I'm going to not make scrutiny checks. And I have the most scrutiny, apparently.
Well, get over here and make it.
I did make it. Out of 59
So-
out of 30.
Yeah, you start mentioning these false bottoms, and Kiramikos comes over and he says, well, you know, he thinks he hears something still more echoing, like there might be another hollow spot, and he starts knocking, and sure enough, he hears a false bottom.
I knew it. You can't trust these humans. Every single one of them is a liar and a thief and rigs up traps in their damned crypts.
Yes, it's
False
almost
bottom
like...
and the false bottom.
It's almost like they don't want people coming into where they bury their dead to rob them of their things.
Well, what's the point of just putting it underground in this thing if you're not going to come and remember them?
No.
They're all jerks. That's what they are.
Hey, dwarves too, I imagine.
Can I try to
At least-
lift it out, or
You can. This one's a little bit more difficult to get to because you have to. I mean, it's already lower than before, and you really have to reach down, so it's a little awkward, and you're still
Just stand on it while you lift it.
right?
but roll
Yeah,
away.
that's a good idea.
This total is a 22.
Nope.
So you
can't lift that one.
heave and you heave, but I mean, you just can't get the right angle, and you can't lift it up. You can try again with a -1 penalty.
An 18 is what you get when you crit fail, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try again.
That's you at your worst, is an 18.
I will add. I'll add more on my side, so that you have the penalty. And this time it got an 18. So if you roll another crit fail, you know, but this time you heft up the bottom and you look down,
And
and
the
we'll all
skeleton
find
stabs
out.
you through the heart.
We'll find out what happens next week.
Next time. Yeah. Cliffhanger.
So, for the traps that you guys have triggered, so the way it works for traps is if you encounter them or just disable them or somehow avoid them, you get full experience points for a trap. And if you trigger it, then you only get a fraction of that. I believe it's 25% of that trap. So, you guys found all these, or you triggered a bunch of traps, and you found the double false bottom, which is a story award.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 second, let me just calculate this experience.
But wait, how much do we get for killing that guy?
Also, you killed a guy, so that will add some experience.
Poor guy.
Is there any clever,
Well-
dumping of the body experience points awards?
Well, a basic basement rat would give you like 5 experience, so the guy you killed gives you like 3.
Hey, he was
And we
a
did
he was
find a
a
dwarven map.
he was a seasoned fighter. He said so himself.
So first off, for the murder of that fellow,
We
each of you get 2 experience.
Woohoo!
I was
And-
almost right.
Let me see the traps for the experience. I always forget how
So
much.
if commoners are each worth 4 experience, we just have to kill 100 commoners each.
to get to level 3.
Well, I mean, he must be worth 8 experience if we're dividing it all 4 ways.
No, only Karamikos and Eric get the 2 experience points.
Oh. So if we
And
go on
then-
a murder rampage... I've been taught murder rampage get 2 experience, so... How many small towns would get wiped off the map?
It is called Hackmaster, you know.
Yeah, it's
That
true.
is the thing. The 4 of you each get 35 experience points. So 35 and then 37 for Karamikos and Eric if you haven't added that 2 already.
Say it one more time for me.
35 and then 37, or 35 for everyone, and then the additional 2.
The slow crawl to level 3.
Yeah.
You're giving us way too much, man. I mean, you gotta.
Like, whoa,
Thank-
pull on the brakes here. Well,
Yeah, whoa.
Look, all I'm
thank you all
saying...
for watching. Thank
Guys.
you all for joining.
Guys, all I'm saying
Jane-
now is that we can't fight actual goblins and shit, but civilians put up real low fight.
We almost didn't kill him. I mean,
All we gotta do is kill a couple hundred civilians. Look, I'm just saying, let's stop playing heroes and we'll play Jack the Ripper, the RPG, for a while. And
gosh,
we will...
honestly, we'd be more powerful if we were commoners.
I don't think that was very hero-like, though. I gotta say.
Well, of course it wasn't. What's your alignment? Mine
Right.
isn't what you think it is if you thought I'm a hero.
I think it's time for me to start rolling a protege.
It might be time for you to take some bed rest, yes.
Yeah, we're probably gonna take like a few months off eventually here.
We need to put you at the inn, and then someone's going to show up to look after you, and they're going to say, wait, I can help these other people with an adventure. You stay in the bed.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
The
wait
other
till
thing
you're good.
Is what if they find that guy that we killed and they come looking? That's another thing.
They're not going... We dumped it in the bodies of the other bandits. They're going to think that the bandits killed them, or they're going to think they were secretly one of the bandits. There are so many
You
other
hope so.
ways. Well, we didn't get seen,
Yeah.
though.
We have a diabolical GM though, so
Well, I'm just saying that there's so many other explanations that are entirely more reasonable than the 2 half-orcs in town did it.
Well, we'll see how
That's what you
people
think.
deal with it next time. Eli, you want to go ahead and sign us out then?
Oh yeah, I wanted to say thank you all for joining, and thank you all for playing, and thanks for everyone for watching. It looks like Janov36 also subscribed to us for 3 months. Thanks so much. That really helps support us in doing everything that we're doing. I hope you enjoy watching the game tonight. Does anyone else have anything to say? Do you have a game after this tonight at 2?
No.
No,
Or
we don't,
now?
but we do have board games later tonight. So join Eli and I at 5 p.m. Eastern. Yes,
6.
6. There we
PM
go. All
Eastern.
right, it's 5 p.m. Central. There we go.
There you
And
go.
we'll be playing some board games. We'll be doing Race for the Galaxy, Coup, and Saboteur. Maybe not in that order. We don't know yet.
sweet.
All right. Well,
All right.
I'll see you all next week. Have a good week. Stay safe out there, and have a good day.
See ya.